Sometimes the news is really boring. Sometimes it's incredibly divisive, trying to incite rage from the masses. And other times it's just really dumb. Like, who paid that guy or gal to write a story about that? They should be put on permanent leave at reduced pay. Or no pay. But you know what isn't any of those things? News about MMA. So get ready, folks. That's what we're here for. Hello and welcome everyone to Free MMA. That's right, we're currently inside the gym that your subscription, meaning just simply clicking subscribe on the YouTube channel, supports. And the last time we were here, it was for me to say thank you for helping us get to 100,000 subscribers. A truly monumental feat for this channel considering that it has been around for a decent amount of time and then suddenly just kind of blew up, so thank you again for that. And if you ignored the first 30 seconds of this video, you might be asking yourself, oh, is he here to say thank you again? No, although you do entirely deserve it. Instead, for your viewer pleasure today, I wanted to give you some of the finest breakdown of MMA news for the month of July that you have ever heard in your life. So to kick things off, let's talk about some of the fight-related major news that happened in the month of July. First off, we have UFC on ESPN. Lewis versus Dixon. First off, we have UFC on ESPN. Oh my God. First off, we have UFC on ESPN. I'm so tired. I keep forgetting their names. I'm in a weight cut. I am sorry. So my mind is kind of on vacation at the moment. First off, we have UFC on ESPN, Lewis versus Teixeira. I got it. And it ends in controversy over a early stoppage by the referee, to which that happens at like every UFC event, but apparently this one was pretty bad and got the masses a little bit upset. The fight was stopped early, supposedly, at 35 seconds of the first round via TKO due to significant strikes. Lewis takes the win. And rather than sit here and talk about how it's bull crap or how it's a good stoppage, I'd rather tell you guys why refs would be inclined to stop a fight.
Hold on to your butts.
A, you are not doing anything in response to your attacks. You are lying there, you're covering up, you're hoping for the best or a savior at the least. B, your defense is garbage. You're doing something, you're actively trying to get out of there, but you're just getting lit up in the process. Kind of like thinking he can push a circle through the square hole. You're doing something, but nothing is happening, and you're just making the situation worse. Or C, the ref put money on you to lose and is now actively working against you.
The game was rigged from the start.
Has it happened before in the UFC? I don't know, but a third option sounds good. Two options just sound kind of weak, so there's your third. Now, if you're wanting my opinion on the matter, I'm not going to give it. News should not be opinionated. These are the facts of what happened. Go watch the fight and decide for yourselves how you feel about it. Also, in case I forgot to say it earlier, don't forget to subscribe. And next up, we had UFC 318 Holloway versus Poirier, and this is significant for two reasons. Number one, it is the first time that the BMF belt, the baddest mother effer belt, was defended, which astonishes me because that thing has been around for years. I think actually Masvidal started that when he fought Nate Diaz, and it hasn't had a single title defense yet. It's definitely just a cool thing that people can get into for a moment, you know, but is it really worth title defenses? Yeah, it's a belt. They made it. Throw some guy in there. Let him fight it out for. Anyone can literally fight for the BMF belt. Why not? And the second reason it is significant for the month of July is because it was Dustin Poirier's retirement fight.
Just grateful, man, that I got to live this life and go on this journey. Such a great experience, man. I want to thank Dana and the UFC for giving a kid a platform to make something of his life and use this as a vehicle to get my family into a safe place.
This is really cool because Max Holloway, unless I'm mistaken, which means the UFC posts are mistaken, was his intro fight to the UFC and is now his outro fight, or was his outro fight to the UFC. Dustin the Diamond Poirier had an incredible run with wins over Max Holloway and Conor McGregor and numerous other people who I'm forgetting at the moment because I am dehydrating myself to make weight. I'm sorry, I'm forgetful right now. And now the next part of the video that is going to be far more interesting to everyone who stuck around to this part. Sucks to be the people who left early thinking that this is all it was going to be about. random fight news. We got controversies. Number one, and probably the most infamous one, Sean Strickland punched a guy inside of his own cage fight when Sean was not in the fight himself. If you take a look at the video here, you'll see that this guy beat the guy that Sean Strickland was cornering and then presumed to taunt Strickland, at which point the officials, or people running the show, opened the gate up and Strickland and Curtis flew in to the cage. Curtis just kind of grabbing the guy, maybe trying to, intimidate him. He rolled a relatively mid intimidation roll to be able to grab the guy's shirt and look him dead in the eye. Sean went straight for the strength check and just punched the dude in the face. And this ultimately led to his suspension from combat, I believe at least just in that state. Don't know if it was universal entirely. Maybe the UFC did make that decision. Let me check my notes. Oh, it was actually even extended as well. I wonder if he did something worse on top of that. And speaking of the UFC, for our last two pieces of news, Paramount Pictures has signed a $7.7 billion with a B, contract for live streaming rights with the UFC. Now, I don't know if this means the end of pay-per-views or if we're just going to be able to stream the prelims on Paramount Plus, then pay for an extra pay-per-view thing on top of that to watch the main card, but it'd be really cool if that was the case, where I just had to get a Paramount Plus subscription and call it a day, because you already had to do ESPN subscription anyways, and then pay for the pay-per-view. And last, but certainly not least, the most intriguing news to come out about MMA in a long time. Current President Donald Trump announced that he wants to have a MMA fight on the White House lawn. Specifically, the South Lawn, which has been announced by the UFC to be an official event starting on July 4th, 2026. This is actually really cool, and where a lot of people would expect to see Jon Jones fight Tom Aspinall for a record $30 million payout from the UFC just for showing up and doing it. It's probably not going to happen. Jones has been ducking that guy forever, and I don't think he's going to really want to go for it at this stage in his life, but $30 million is pretty tempting, or at least would be if Jones didn't already turn that amount down to fight Aspinall. So who knows? But if nothing else, you can count on these certainties in life. Tom Aspinall will have a successful UFC title holding period of time because there's just no one else capable of beating him right now in heavyweight. Dana White will hold blood ritual sacrifices of whoever he needs to whatever god in question in order to make the UFC on White House lawn event happen. So don't worry, that's going to happen.
Look at that guy, how handsome he is. I'll kiss him. Not with a lot of enjoyment, but that's okay.
And your likes, comments, and subscriptions dramatically help this channel. So if that is in any way hitting any one of your goals for this year or next year or your lifetime, please hit those buttons. It means a lot to the kids who come here and train, and it means a lot to the nonprofit as a whole. And thank you all so much for joining me today. Please remember to eat well, sleep well, train hard, and stick around for the best of MMA news to come in August, or about August, which may drop somewhere in the middle of September. God, I did this way too late. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.